Hey guys, this is Zach from Say What Zach here. All the games are over, and here is the review for Saturday, December 14th. It was a full night of hockey, got all the updated standings, all the scores. So let's go ahead and get into this. First game was Toronto taking on the Edmonton Oilers that we covered. This was a big game for Toronto, and a game that Oilers need to realize that they need to do something. With the last 4 games they've lost, this is not good news. They are dropping down the standings, and tomorrow Vegas could leapfrog them and knock them out of the playoff. So out of the playoff standings, or into the wild card. So they need to do something. They can't keep losing like this, or they're not going to be able to make the playoffs, which we all kind of figured at the beginning of the year was going to happen. But they started out great, so they're starting to come back to earth and not looking good for them right now. For Toronto, good news. They're winning, and they are getting closer and closer to that playoff spot that they desperately need this year because their cap space is at the top. So your scoring plays for tonight's game. We got Kerfoot from 4:38 of the first period from Engvall and Riley. Then you got Mikashev at 5:27 of the second period from Kerfoot and Engvall. So pretty much just the same players, just kind of mixed and jumbled around a little bit there. Then that made 2-0 at that point in the second period. And then Chason scored at 6:08 of the third period from Draisaitl and Klefbom to make it 2-1 at that point. Didn't matter at that point that there was no coming back for the Oilers in this game. Now this name I'm not sure about. I'm still not sure on this name. Gaither? I don't know. Sorry. Toronto player. Gaither. Scores from 13:49 of the third period from Timashov. And then Marner puts in the empty net at 18:39 of the third period from Hyman. So you got Hyman and Marner, if you watched our top line videos, on the line together, doing some damage now that Marner is healthy, which is good news. Your shots on goal, 32-37, so Edmonton did outshot the Toronto Maple Leafs, and as I've said several times on this channel, shots on goal don't matter. And the other game that I really pay attention to, shots don't matter in that game either. So our final is 4-1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That moves Toronto 16-14-4 in the year, and then the Oilers are now 18-13-4. So yeah, the Oilers again need to do something because get another week like the one they've had, and they're not going to be in the playoff spot anymore. The 3 stars of the game were Kerfoot, Hull, and Chason. So 2 of them were Toronto Maple Leafs, and again, yellow first, green is second, orange is 3rd star. If you guys can hopefully see that on the videos here. Other game we did, I just finished as of this recording. I just finished a few minutes ago. Got the San Jose Sharks and the Vancouver Canucks. This was a big game for Arundel. Gunny Nabokov just took over as a goaltending coach, so it's a big game for him to show that he knows what he's doing, and for Dell and Jones to start getting them some wins, because San Jose not too far in the playoffs. If you look over here in the standings, they could still catch up. They need to go on a winning streak here. They can't keep losing like they've been doing. So getting to the scoring plays, you got Thomas Hertl at 10:50 the first period from Joe Thornton. So good on Jumbo Joe for getting one. He just played in his 1600th game the other night. So good on him to get another point. Timo Meier at 7:09 of the third period. So it wasn't much scoring until the third period. It was, one of those types of games. From Kane and Carlson. So good to see Kane and Carlson on the score sheet, because if you're a San Jose fan, those two need to be on the score sheet more often. Then Virtanen got one at 7:57 of the third period from Gaudette and Tanev to make it 2-1 at that point. So this game got a little more crazy towards the end of it. So again, no scoring until the third period, and then the last 2 minutes there was a ton of scoring. So then Evander Kane scores after missing the empty net 2 or 3 times. Finally scores at 18:39 of the third period to make it 3-1 at that point from Couture and Gaudreau. Then Horvat scores at 19:31 to make it 3-2. From Hughes and Besser, so good thing Quinn Hughes, which he is competing with Cale Makar. If Cale Makar didn't get injured, I think he would be the Calder Trophy finalist, but Hughes is making a good point towards it right now, and I'm glad to see it because I have my fantasy team. So anyways, that was 3-2 at that point, and then Logan Couture, can't speak, at 19:52 of the third, scores from Vlasic to make it 4-2, which was your final, and that was an empty net goal. So yeah, it was one of those really close games where as I was writing this on the board, because there was 30 seconds left. It's over. They scored and made it within 1, and I was like, oh, of course. So I had to stop, go in there, finish watching it the last 30 seconds to make sure, okay, this is the final. Okay. So anyways, the final is 4-2. That moves San Jose to 16-17-2 in the year. Vancouver drops to 16-13-4. Shots on goal, 27-35 for Vancouver. So again, didn't matter that Vancouver outshot San Jose. San Jose still won. At 3 stars, Dell, which definitely deserved it. Dell stole this game. He was amazing in this game. He made some big stops. Nabokov was a good move bringing him in. I think he's going to be something good, especially with how Darren Dell played today, because it was something they desperately needed was some goaltending, because their goaltending is awful. Then Timo Meier and then Joe Thornton, which I don't really agree with Joe Thornton as much. I think Kane should have probably got it with the goal and assist, but whatever. Or Couture with the goal and assist. Whatever. They pick who they pick for the 3 stars. Not going to get into it. Your other scores for the night, or for the day, I guess, day and night. You got Ottawa beating Columbus 4-3 in overtime. New York Islanders beating Buffalo 3-2 in overtime. The Ducks beating the Rangers 4-3 in a shootout. Carolina winning 4-0 over Calgary. So Calgary's winning streak snapped at 7. And it's a big game for Buffalo, by the way, too. They're starting to make ground and starting to get points to catch up to Buffalo, and more importantly, staying ahead of the teams catching up to them. So that was a big game. Dallas beat Nashville 4-1. Nashville, I don't know what's going on with that team. I don't know. They need to do something because they are dropping like rocks right now. Washington beat Tampa 5-2. So with this, I'm starting to get to that point where I put Tampa in the playoffs. If you watch my video for the playoff standings, because they had games in hand, I thought they would be able to win some of those and get above other teams. They're not doing that. They've lost a lot of games they have in hand over these other teams. I don't think Tampa is going to make the playoffs at this rate. Maybe squeak into the wild card if we're lucky, but I'm starting to get that point where I don't think Tampa's going to come around to it. So we'll see. Boston beat Florida 4-2. Florida's another team that needs to pick it up because they might not be playoffs at this rate. Pittsburgh won 5-4 against LA in a shootout. So that was a big win for Pittsburgh. They lose almost the LA Kings, and they, again, stay relevant in the playoffs, especially with all the injuries. Big win for them. Detroit, 2-game winning streak. I haven't been able to say that since October, I think. Was the last time I had a winning streak of any kind. So 2-1 over Montreal. So big loss for Montreal. Huge win for the Detroit Red Wings, and we are actually going to the Red Wings game tomorrow against LA. It's a surprise gift for my birthday from one of my friends. So that was going to be fun. Let's see if they can make it 3, which I hope they. I don't even know anymore. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, Minnesota beat Philly 4-1. So there's a big loss for Philly, but they do play tomorrow night, I believe. I think they play tomorrow. I know Minnesota does for sure, but I think Philly also they need to win because again they're starting to drop into that wild card not good area. Anyways, New Jersey goes in and beats Arizona 2-1. Huge win for New Jersey, and they've held out. So Taylor Hall has been benched 2 games in a row now. They have not played Taylor Hall. So usually when they do that, that means they're going to be trading the player. They haven't traded him, and from what I was hearing on the Hockey Night, they took him back to New Jersey with them as well. So they didn't play him. They benched him, didn't trade him, so it's limbo right now. I don't know what they're doing with Taylor Hall. They need to move him because, again, you can't. Do you really put a player back in that's been benched 2 games in a row? I don't know. It's a weird situation going on in New Jersey right now. They need to move some of these players, get rid of their contracts, and look to the future because, yeah, that's about where they are. And then St. Louis, big comeback win over the Chicago Blackhawks, 4-3. They were down, I think, 3-0 up when I turned this game on. And they came back and scored like 4 in a row. It was a big statement game for St. Louis, saying we are the champions and we can come back and we can deal with adversity. So that was a big win for St. Louis. Anyways, your update is playoff standings as of tonight after all the games. Coyote is still ahead in the Pacific with 42 points. The Oilers are tied with Calgary for second place with 40. Calgary with 40. Central, St. Louis leapfrogs back in front of Colorado again. So this is going to be a fun little battle to see constantly. I think they play each other Tuesday night or Monday night, so that's going to be a big game. But so St. Louis moves back in the first place with 46. Colorado drops to second, 45. Dallas moves into third place with 42 points, knocking Winnipeg down to the first wild card with 40. And then Vegas with 39 points as their second wild card. So that's your West standings. Your East standings, you got Boston with 48 points leading the Atlantic still. Buffalo 39 points, again, inching steadily closer to Boston. I don't know if they'll catch Boston, but trying to make them a little bit more of a run for their money. Montreal 36 points, rounds out your top 3 for Atlantic. Metro, Capitals moved to 53 points. Islanders moved to 46 points for second. Carolina's at 42 points for your third spot in the Metro. And then your 2 wild cards, Pittsburgh at 42 points and Philly with 39 points. So those are your playoff standings as of tonight, December 14th. Your updated standings over here are for all 31 teams right here. You guys can hopefully see that one. And then all American Hockey League. Not much change in the American Hockey League. Iowa did jump Redford. So that Rockford, not Redford, Rockford up up to 30 points, so they're now second in the division behind Milwaukee, who's going to win that division. They're 15 points ahead. I mean, that's almost as good as what Boston's doing over here. So, and Milwaukee should win that division, no problem. But anyways, those are your updated standings and scores for December 14th. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And this is Zach from Say What? Zach. And almost forgot my own name. Love it. Give us a like and a subscribe if you like the videos. And I will talk to you guys again soon.